Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your August 2020 general readings. We are looking at the first half of August from August 1st through August 15th. This reading is for our beautiful bulls, the earth sign of Taurus. Welcome everyone. I hope that you are safe, well, and as reasonably sane as can be expected in such a fluctuating climate. Thanks for taking the time out of your schedules to tune in with us today, for all that you do for this channel. Your likes, your shares, your hitting the subscribe button, the donations that some of you make, all of it helps. Every little bit of it helps, so thank you so much for that. So this reading is for Taurus for August 1st through August 15th, so that's Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising. If your Venus is in Taurus, if you're cross-watching for a Taurian, watch all of your signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, if you know them, if you can, because they all bring in different bits of information and insight which can help give you a more cohesive picture of what's going on in your life right now. Because of course general readings resonate differently for everyone that watches, because everyone has different stories, different things going on in your life. And if any of the readings do resonate with you and you'd like to reach out and take a deeper look at something, get a personal reading or information about that, just click on the description link below, click on that little arrow that pulls down information. You'll see my email address, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Please feel free to email me. I offer a wide variety of readings, and I can usually respond to your initial inquiry with more info within the same day or the first 24 hours. And as I do readings full-time, I'm pretty diligent at working with your schedule and mine to get those readings set up in as timely a fashion as possible. So email me if you're interested. I'd be delighted to work with you. All right, let's move right into this reading. Taurus, let's see what the first half of August has in store for you. For those of you who need to know, want to know, I am using, what am I using? I'm using the Gilded Tarot Royale. I have so many decks of cards out. The Gilded Tarot Royale. Okay, Taurus, we begin with the Eight of Cups, somebody leaving. We have the Seven of Swords, the Four of Cups, followed by the Six of Swords, and from the bottom of the deck, overall energy for the first half of August is the Knight of Pentacles, our earthbound knight. Earth is the element which governs the suit of pentacles, good, concrete, practical, physical structure of your life kind of energy. It looks like someone is turning their back, walking away, perhaps really not sharing too much about it. Let's clarify this Knight of Pentacles. Typically, knights represent offers, opportunities, the speed at which situations move. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest of all four of the knights because he's governed by the element of earth, which is the slowest element, but it's also the most steady, the most solid, stable, reliable, detail-oriented, one foot in front of the other. The Knight of Pentacles is the kind of person whom you don't realize how much work they do until they go on vacation, and then it takes three people to do the work that they do. Very conscientious, can be quite stubborn, and they're very cautious, very detail-oriented, and they're the one night guaranteed to kind of complete their mission and quest. Slow, steady progress. Let's clarify that. I kind of feel like this is your energy, Taurus. You're just kind of, you have an objective, you have a goal, you have an objective, you have something that you've decided upon, because the knights do. They have a mission, they have a quest, something that needs to be accomplished, and you're being very determined and steady in doing that. Okay, we have a jumper, the Hermit. So it looks like you're just kind of going your own way, Taurus. The Hermit represents somebody who may sometimes walk their own path, even to the point of, withdrawing from the normal daily minutia distractions of our day-to-day life. Why do they do that? Hermits, monks, monastics, why do they do that? They do that in order to get to meditate, to get wisdom, clarity, insight, to help kind of guide their path through life forward. And it is a rather solitary path. So yeah, I kind of get this feeling, Taurus, it looks like you've decided to leave a situation, a person, a situation, a relationship, whatever it is, because you are just not interested. You're either not interested in what is available or on offer to you, and or some kind of associated conflict with it. Because we have the Eight of Cups followed by the Seven of Swords. The Eight of Cups is a card that represents leaving, turning your back on something, because, while when you started sampling from these cups, you may have thought it was going to be one thing, you may have thought it was going to be like the only thing that you needed, but after working your way through most of what these cups represent, and this is an emotional energy because cups is governed by by the element of water, which governs our emotional landscape. Ultimately it's been disappointing and unfulfilling. So even though you may not be sure where you're going, what you are sure of is that you are leaving this behind you, perhaps making plans to do so. What clarifies it and accompanies it is the Seven of Swords. I often call this card my sneaky thief card. It can be negative. It can represent theft, exploitation, secrecy, concealment, deceit, lies. But our thief card kind of gets a bad rep. It can often represent just working off the grid to accomplish something. You might have a goal, something you want to do, something you need to acquire or accomplish. And in order to do that, you're being maybe secretive or not really speaking too much about your plans, your ideas, your course of action. You're playing your cards pretty close to your chest in order to, achieve this goal. So some of you, it might be that you are planning on or in the process of leaving or turning your back on something, making plans to do that, or figuring out how to do it, and you're really just not talking about it. You're just kind of going your own way. It looks like you're really, really determined. You've made up your mind, not in an aggressive or assertive way, but just in kind of that Taurus bull-like earth way. Yep, this isn't working. I'm not interested in this, in investing in this or investing in this anymore. So I'm leaving. I'm not going to make a big production about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to make my plans and kind of exit. Because from what I can see and what I've experienced and what I've learned, this just isn't what I want. Let's clarify that Eight of Cups, what it is that you are leaving behind, Taurus. Fair enough. Conflict. The Five of... I know, Taurus, your cards keep jumping all over the place today. What you're leaving behind is conflict, perhaps conflict, competition, maybe some petty barracuda, gossip, rumor mongering kind of energy. Everybody kind of going around and around and around, the same old thing, the same old argument, the same old petty stuff. Could be office drama, gossip, rumor mongering. I'm not really sure what area of, in a general reading, this is going to, of course, resonate differently. So for some of you, it might be within like a friendship circle. It might be in some kind of community setting. It might be at work. Maybe there's office drama and petty gossip, rumor mongering, competitive energy. But what you're just, you don't want anything to do with this. You're not into it. Drama, competition. It's just perpetual, circular. Nobody's out to kill anybody here. They're practicing with practice weapons. They're sparring. But everybody wants to win. Nobody's willing to elevate or back out and go, you know what, this really isn't all that important. And so it just keeps going on and on and on. Nobody winning, nobody losing, but no clear solution in sight either. So that's what you're turning your back on, and that is fair enough. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords. Our little concealment energy. What is this about? Just jumped out. The Page of Swords. He can sometimes be a little sneaky too, a Page of Swords, in getting information, doing research, getting information, knowledge, and delivering that. So somebody may have been being sneaky. You may have been finding out that, there's somebody who's been spreading rumors or gossip It could be that you're receiving this information. It could be that somebody's told you about this, some kind of information that's come in. It feels very, I don't know, kind of slimy and icky, but almost in a very junior high or high school kind of way. It's like, uh, it feels like it's not what, you know, real grown-ups are supposed to be doing, Taurus. Like this sneaky, backbiting, rumor, gossip, petty sort of, he said, she said, act one way to your face and something else behind your back. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting. It's really conflicted and kind of nasty, not in a huge, like Armageddon Tower card sort of way, but just, it's kind of sneaky and insidious. So you're probably well served by leaving it behind. So next we have the, and this also could be a situation or relationship in which, you've been invested in some time, but there's too much conflict, and maybe there's too much lies, too much secrecy, too much sneakiness, too much deceit. I mean, the overall energy is you're just tired of it. You don't want to be involved in it anymore. You don't want to invest in this anymore. I mean, here we have the Four of Cups. This is exactly that energy. You're good where you are. You have 3 cups already full. There's something being offered to you and you're looking at it, but you've got your full cups, you have your book, you're reclining, got this nice comfortable tree. You're not really all that interested. Sometimes this card can mean other things. Cards have layered meanings to them, of course. But here it's just, and it's right next to your leaving card. You're just not interested in whatever it is on offer. You're just not interested because there's too much of this, conflict and sneaky deceit, all of this kind of stuff. There's just too much of it. So what accompanies and clarifies that Four of Cups is the Six of Swords. You want to move away from this. You want to heal. The Six of Swords is a card of healing. It's a card of healing and kind of going through that transitional phase, sometimes good days, sometimes bad days, but moving away from the source of the choppy, muddy, turbulent waters. All of this icky, it just feels icky kind of energy. You're not quite to the other shore and on solid ground yet, but you're definitely moving towards it. So, yeah. I mean, fair enough, Taurus. I don't blame you. I would probably do the same thing in this situation. The Five of Wands, too, in terms of this conflict, whatever the details and specifics of this conflict are, or the relationship types that are involved in this, again, it's a general reading that's going to vary. It's probably something that's been going on for quite some time. It might be off again, on again, off again, on again, and you're just like, I'm done with this. And you've just made up your mind to just kind of leave or make the plans to leave, exit as well as you can, not making a big dramatic production about it. Whatever's on offer, you're not on for it anymore. So I think it's probably a healthy decision. Let's see what Spirit thinks. Any last guidance, advice, feedback for Taurus on how best to navigate through this situation for the first half of August? Anything Taurus should do? Death. It's at an end. So advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit, this needs to end. I mean, it's at an end. I think you're doing the right thing by turning your back and leaving, walking away, going your own path. Maybe, I don't even get the sense here that you're burning bridges or anything like that. You are, backing out of this circle of conflict and saying it's done. It's done once and for all. I feel like this is something that's been going on for a while, and maybe it's just kind of keeps cycling over and over again, the same old cycle, and you are done, like done once and for all. This is what Spirit is advising for you. So you've made the best decision I think that's possible under the circumstances, Taurus, so good for you. I mean, nobody needs this kind of continuing, drama and, not really knowing who you can trust and, if what people are saying or what a person is saying is actually the truth, because it looks like there's been too many times where it hasn't been. You may have thought it was one thing, and then you see or you find out or you hear that it's something completely different, and around it goes. So Spirit is saying it needs to be done. It needs to be done once and for all. Bury the body, covered up with dirt. Well, not literally, of course. and leave the graveyard. It's time to go. All right, Taurus, that is your reading for the first half of August. I hope that you found, some aspects of it useful and helpful to you. Again, if any of these readings do resonate with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading, just click on the description link below, that little arrow that pulls down information. You'll see my email address there, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. Please contact me. I'd be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the August mid-month general readings. Until then, Taurus, my dear, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.